Investing $1,000 in Cardano today can give you crazy results. What do you think would be the result if you invest $1,000 in Cardano today? The results will be astounding, considering the fact that this is one of the fastest growing coins in the entire crypto market. How do you think this will work, and will this be sustainable for the growth of the coin? Stay tuned to learn more about it as we proceed through this video. Make sure you watch till the end because we have a surprise for you. Hi Cardano lovers, welcome to Cardano Land, your daily dose of Cardano. If you're interested in everything around Cardano, this is the place for you. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for us to provide you with more Cardano news. And let us know in the comments how much you think Cardano will cost next week, month, and year. Before we get into the video, allow us to remind you that this is not financial advice. This video is aimed to be only for educational purposes. Therefore, it is imperative to conduct your own due diligence before getting into any further investments. Having said that, let's get to it. The entire team of Cardano has been implementing some upgrades into the system. These upgrades will be significant in ensuring stable growth. This is perhaps intended to ensure the mass adoption of ADA by the end of this summer. Once they reach this milestone by the end of summer, we'll be able to see them having a good growth rate all the way ahead to reach the highest prices it's ever seen. Being a very stable coin in terms of efficiency, this coin has been the favorite of many environmentalist crypto investors. One of the biggest names that could come up while speaking of those who've been with the environment is Elon Musk. Elon has been intending to work with a coin that's environmentally much more stable than Bitcoin, as he dropped the coin from any transactions because of the inefficiency it's been posing. This perhaps is a very good indication for Cardano, as this coin is one of the most stable coins in the crypto market. This means that we'll be able to see a lot more coins being used as soon as the coin starts getting accepted by the giant in this industry, Tesla. The smart contract rollout is yet again another very important update that could push up the prices in a huge manner. The team has been working on an estimated date of release and came up to the conclusion that it could be rolled out by September for public access. This has increased the overall strength that this coin has and will therefore be an additional strength not only for the developers but also for all those who work on this blockchain in any manner. The functionality is one of the most sought-after aims for the developers. Having stable applicability will mean that the coin will then be in constant competition with Ethereum and other similar coins, bringing them all the way back to the top. In fact, the reason why many people work on Ethereum and not on the king of coins, currently the Bitcoin, is because of the fact that Bitcoin has no such capabilities. Now, if this is the case, as soon as we see Cardano coming out with such capabilities, we can expect a huge number of people migrating from the Ethereum chain to the Cardano chain because of the benefits they could get through it. This is also one of the major reasons why many even predict that Cardano could overpower Ethereum and take over its position. In a recent conversation with Charles Hoskinson, when he was asked if Cardano is the Ethereum killer, he asserted that Ethereum is its own killer. He continued by saying that Ethereum is coming up with the second version, which will be much different from the first, and will therefore kill the first version. Cardano, in fact, is not the Ethereum killer. Ethereum is currently able to create decentralized applications, abbreviated as dApps, which are not possible on Cardano without the implementation of smart contracts. It is in fact these dApps that power the games and other exchanges. It also becomes a major platform for the development of other innovative applications. The implementation of these smart contracts will create an immutable piece of program that will act as an intermediary between multiple parties to make a transaction happen. The reason why smart contracts are necessary is to ensure that the transactions that have been promised take place in such a manner. Once the contract is designed, a piece of action that has been fed into the contract will occur as soon as the clauses are satisfied. In other words, as soon as one party confers to the clauses that have been mentioned, the next action clause, which may be the payment for one action, will automatically be executed. This will help in ensuring that the parties do not make use of the anonymity in the blockchain. The reason why this is much safer is that the same cannot be changed in any manner once it's been executed. In fact, the smart contracts cannot even be changed in any manner by the developers, thereby promoting a very fast, reliable, and a stable system to work upon. Such capabilities will certainly be a good addition to the already well-performing systems in Cardano. Being much faster than other coins and being safer to use simultaneously, there are high chances that this coin will see much wider applicability than the others in the market. As soon as it is implemented, it will see a lot of applicability, and a lot of programs may potentially migrate from Ethereum to Cardano, being much more efficient. These factors make it possible for Cardano to be one of the top contenders that could overtake Ethereum. The utility that's provided by both of these coins is the reason for their growth. Combining this with the additional benefits that Cardano provides, the prices are bound to go higher in the case of Cardano. The entire process of rolling out the Cardano coin will continue for a couple of weeks and therefore will be gradual. This will be the first time when you can gather more ADA at the lowest prices possible. Perhaps since this has been one of the most important concerns, this will certainly be a good way to bring forth the real prospects of this coin. There are two layers that the smart contracts work upon. The first one is the accounting layer, which is followed by the computation layer. The accounting layer is responsible for the movements of value across the network, while the computation layer is all about the components that deal with the other decentralized applications. In fact, the smart contract applications are the icing to the already well-performing coin. This has been helping the coin to work in a much better manner. Now before we go ahead, it's now time for the surprise mini-quiz. What does POS stand for? A. Power of supply. B. Proof of supply. Or C. Proof of stake. Let us know in the comments below what you think the answer is. Cardano plans further on a plan to release a system that could connect to the Ethereum blockchain on its own. The benefit that could be processed through the same will be the interoperability and enabling one person to send the tokens back and forth through the blockchain. The current prices of Cardano range around the $1.745 mark and are in fact facing around 1% in the green. The growth looks to be very stable and sustainable. In case you buy in $1,000 worth of Cardano at the current prices, you will soon be able to buy around 573 ADA. As soon as we see the current updates being implemented, we'll see the prices going up in a very rapid manner. This, therefore, will help in increasing the amount you invested. The $1,000 you invested will turn into a much higher value as soon as it touches the $5 mark. The investment could reach a value more than double what you invested. Crypto markets are very volatile, therefore it's important to make the right choice. Once you make the right choice, your money will reach higher values in much less time than it would take in stock markets. Many times, the time gap between the both could be equivalent to 8 years or more, meaning thereby that what you gained in 1 to 2 months could take years in the stock market. Holding the coins until they rise is one of the biggest elements of how much you gain through them. Coins like Cardano, which is still developing, do have high potential. However, the same needs to be explored and worked upon to come up with the technology. Now that they have the technology, the wait could be considerably less. However, it is important that one stays patient. One of the passive methods to gain money is through staking. It will gain you an annual return of 5 to 6%, which in a manner is similar to the dividends you normally attain. If you were to stake your $1,000 worth investment simultaneously, that would be an additional $100 or more profit through staking. Now, let us look at the answer to the question we asked you earlier. The question was, what does POS stand for? The correct answer to this question is C. POS stands for Proof of Stake. A pretty easy question, but how many of you got it correct? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you liked this video. Would you invest $1,000 in Cardano? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time at Cardano Land.